Why and when did you start Fake Education? And how did you come up with the name?
Ooh, good question. So, Fake Education started roughly about 5 years ago. So, at that time, I've always been in love with sneakers. It was like back when the Jordan 3 True Blues came out. So, that's all I ever wanted. All I ever wanted was sneakers. I didn't really care about like high-end fashion at the time. I didn't care about a nice car. I didn't care about sports. I didn't care about friends. I just wanted a dope pair of sneakers. And back in about 2012, is a lot of the sneakers that I was liking at that time were all sneakers that were not available in Foot Locker, Foot Action, Champs, and my only platform, my only source to get these sneakers was eBay.
Okay.
So I was in love with LeBron's, KD's, and Kobe's at this time. Take like the Kobe 6 Grinch, LeBron 9 Big Bangs, KD 4 All-Star Galaxies. All those sneakers were dropping at that time, but I couldn't get my hands on them, so my only outlet, like I said, was eBay. Well, it was those 3 sneakers that I got scammed on eBay for with a fake, and I couldn't prove to eBay, I couldn't prove to PayPal that the shoes were actually fake. So I was bummed out. I ended up accessing the real pairs, and I still had the fakes, and I was sitting there going back and forth, like trying to figure out like how to educate myself, and then I wanted to then present that content. I was like, I know I'm not the only person in the world who is having this issue, and it's one of the worst feelings in the world is being scammed, being taken advantage of. It's just awful, regardless of what it is. So I was like, all right. I started doing YouTube videos. I gained a little bit of attention on YouTube.
Clout, as they call it.
Clout, yeah. My clout was very small at that time.
Okay.
And it wasn't, but it was very time consuming. I was investing a lot of money in doing it, a lot of my time. And it was actually one of my ex-girlfriends who gave me the idea to help kind of alleviate the time. And because, I would spend 3 or 4 hours on a video, like doing the shooting it, editing, all that, minimum. And then she was like, why don't you just do pictures and post it on Instagram? At this time, I didn't even have an Instagram.
That's what I was about to ask you, because Instagram 5 years ago was not what it is today.
No, not at all.
So
not at all. So now I didn't create my Instagram account until about 3 years ago.
Right.
So, like 2 years had went by that I was like kind of doing it, kind of dabbling in it. I didn't know what I was really onto.
And you had your YouTube account had grown by then, so.
Yeah, but it wasn't anything crazy. It was like 20,000 subscribers. It wasn't anything. It wasn't anything nuts. But yeah, when she gave me the idea to post on Instagram, and she was like, "Well, just take your idea of doing what you're doing on YouTube. The difference is," she was like, "just take photos and collage them." I was like, "There's no way in hell that's gonna work. There's no way." I was like, "That's dumb." I was like, "I don't even use Instagram. That's stupid." I was like, "Whatever. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and do this. I'm gonna try this and see what happens." And that's where I came up with the name Fake Education though too, because I had to have an Instagram IG handle, and I didn't want to make it my name. I wanted to call it for what it was. And at that time, I was already like fully invested into like, this is what I love doing. It was a hobby though. I wasn't making any money off it, but I knew what the success that I saw from YouTube and the attention that I was getting. So like I said, I didn't have a lot of followers, like 20,000, but my 20,000 was diehard.
Yeah.
And I was like, if I can just reach more people, I was like, I know I'm onto something huge. And I wanted to not only do sneakers, I wanted to do everything. I wanted to do designer, watches, all that. I was just, at this point, I was obsessed with the replica industry and how it impacts the actual resale market.
Right.
And so that's where, instead of calling it like sneaker education or real versus fake sneakers or anything like that, I just did Fake Education because like long term was doing.
Well, it's
more
a very
harm.
catchy name. People flock to it.
Yeah.
People see you and they're like, "That's Fake Education."
Exactly. I realized it wasn't until like a year went by that I realized that naming it Fake Education was one of the best decisions I could make. Moving my platform to Instagram and then renaming it to Fake Education like changed everything, and it just skyrocketed and went nuts. Like this last year, just on Instagram, I gained like 450,000 followers within the last 12 months, which is insane.
I have one last question for you before we wrap this up. How did you meet Michael from SneakPeek? How did that friendship start?
Yeah, listen. You've done a lot of talking. No, let me sit right here, man. Listen, you've done a lot of talking, and thank you, first of all, for being part of our first segment. That was sick to walk in their shoes. I'm going to kind of let you guys know how me and this guy linked up. Basically, what happened was I was in China on a business trip. It was like 5 in the morning. Well, it was 5 p.m. where I was, but 5 a.m. where this guy was.
Oh, still up.
And I went, and I happened to go to this spot. They had the best fake sneakers that I've ever seen. Like I'm telling you guys, like the best fake sneakers. I sell sneakers every single day. We have 2 stores, obviously, for 3.5 years. I see thousands of sneakers all the time, and I have never ever seen fakes. Like this fake is really good, but the fakes that I saw was incredible. So I called him immediately. No, I went up. I didn't have your number.
No,
I DM'd him on Instagram, and I said basically like, listen, I've never seen fakes like this. What is going on? Like I was freaking out. I was like, you need to call me right now. Like I know you don't really know me, but like you need to call me right now.
And I was just super intrigued. Like when somebody's excited and they want to get a hold of me, it's like, all right, here's my number, here's my direct line, hit me up. But keep in mind, you know, it's like 4:30 a.m., 5 o'clock in the morning at this time. Like I'm just up just because I'm not gonna tell you what I was getting into. But I remember that night. But I was up. But I gave my number, but then...
You probably thought I was like a psychopath calling you at 5 a.m.
Yeah, I didn't think you were a psychopath for DMing me. I thought you were a psychopath that you called me immediately. And I'm thinking in my head, it's 5 o'clock in the morning, you nut fuck. Like,
so basically I was in China, and immediately as soon as we spoke for like an hour and a half. I didn't let this guy go to sleep.
Least.
Like,
no, I didn't want to.
I
was so excited.
And
his enthusiasm over the phone, like I could feel it like in my chest. I was like, you know what I mean? Like it was deep. Like I was tingling. Like you ever get your head massaged, like when you're getting a haircut or your hair washed? It's like I felt like that. My face was numb. I was like, this guy is onto something. He's got my attention.
And basically, from talking about fake shoes, we have established something really, really, really big. This is bigger than sneakers. It's bigger than all that. We have a very similar vision, and God put us on this path for a reason, honestly. Absolutely. I really believe in everything happening for a reason. And
you can't fight fate.
You can't fight it whatsoever, and that's about it. Listen, that's the story, basically, right? Now
ran out of gas on the freeway.
I don't even want to think about a
U-Haul. In a U-Haul with hundreds of pairs of Yeezys in the back bed. We almost get smashed. We almost caused like an 80-car pileup.
Sneak Peek Rico's driving, and we're all the way in the left lane.
We're dodging F-150 Dodge Rams.
Cars are going 100 miles an hour. Basically, we went all the way from the left lane to the rightest lane, no gas, and we didn't get killed.
We didn't get killed, but then
knock on wood.
We're on the side. We're on the side of the road.
That was scary.
Me and him hop out. We're not even concerned that we're ran out of gas or that we're almost gonna get smashed by a car. We're just sitting there talking and about business and about ideas. Not once, like 15 minutes go by. We're walking along the side of the freeway. 15 minutes go by, me and him just brainstorming ideas. Not once did we think about like, how are we gonna fix this problem? We're already on next to like developing. Like we
were linking and building while we were completely out of gas on the highway about an hour and a half away from home.
You think people would be panicking? Me and him just got.
I kind of forgot about it.
That's what I'm saying.
After I knew that we didn't die, I was like, all right, now let's think about our next plan.
Yeah, let's think about the next plan.
Well, Rico will figure it out.
It was like, oh wait, oh shit, we're still stranded right now. It was that moment.
But we got some really good content. So basically, we risk our lives for you guys because we were on the side of the road.
We had a photo shoot.
Yeah, we had a photo shoot.
Like made a mini movie.
Check his
Content
Instagram.
is key.
Yeah, content's really
That's
important.
what you learn from this. Content is key.
I think that we're done here.
Yeah, until part 2.
Yeah, part 2. Guys,
don't want to give them too much.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe to our channel.
A walk in their shoes. Tell us what you think. Comment in the comment section.
Tell a friend. Share the video. Tell everybody.
Do all that.
This is gonna be a crazy, crazy series.